to the UN, nature is critical to our survival. Hello everyone! Today we are discussing the 15th Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations, which is life on land. Look around you and try to find something that could exist without nature. It's hard, isn't it? In fact, we probably wouldn't be able to survive without nature. Nature gives us oxygen, we get our food and water from nature, and every common item we can find is made using the help of nature. Even things that we made, like airplanes, could not exist without nature because our brains were inspired by, for example, how eagles fly, and therefore were able to create the idea of an airplane. It's important to respect that we share the planet with nature and wildlife, but humans are doing the exact opposite. Human activity has altered almost 75% of the Earth's land, leaving only a fraction of space for all wildlife in the entire world. Between 2010 and 2015, 3.3 hectares of forest area was cut down. Because of drought and desertification, 12 million hectares are lost each year. That's 23 hectares per minute. So for the amount of time that I've been speaking, the world lost 23 hectares. Each year, 20 million tons of grain could have been grown, but aren't. Of the 8,300 animal species that we know of, 8% are extinct and 22% are at risk of extinction. So now let me tell you some causes, because you might be wondering that why are we still not respecting that we share this planet with creatures that live underwater and on land? One of these reasons could be that the media never portrays the environmental issues, making them very easy to ignore. For example, if once in a while there's a shark attack, it will be all over the news, but the media will never portray an environmental problem that's right under our nose. You might not know that there are more than 500 species of sharks, most of which you've probably never heard of. And 16% of all sharks are critically endangered. Another cause could be that it's too tiring to make the world better. And this might sound silly, but unfortunately it's true. Now that humans have made the mess by polluting the earth, no one wants to clean it up. And we're waiting for some magical force to clean up after us. Now, to all the people in power listening, let me give you some suggestions, which I call big solutions that you can do in order to change the world and make it a better place to live in. Help fund projects to rehabilitate land. Encourage less use of paper. If, for example, I had a scrap piece of paper and I used it, and I kept it with me or threw in the garbage. If I threw in the garbage, it would end up in the oceans and end up hurting the animals that live in the ocean. Or if I kept it with me, tomorrow, to make the paper I need, companies would have to cut down trees and then turn it into paper. But if I recycle this paper, then companies won't have to cut down trees because they can just use this paper to make a brand new blank piece of paper. Also, encourage less consumption of meat. The production and consumption of meat has a negative impact on the environment. Now that we're almost at the end of the video, you might be wondering, what help have we already got? What is already being done to protect the wildlife and the nature of the world? So let me tell you some organizations who are making sure that the earth is a safe place for all wildlife. These would be organizations such as the UN or United Nations, Defenders of Wildlife, IUCN, or the International Union of Conservation of Nature, the Jane Goodall Foundation, Save the Elephants, and the Charles Darwin Foundation. Now for some simple solutions. Don't use toxic herbicides or pesticides. Drive carefully, and this might sound simple, but so many animals get killed because drivers were driving recklessly. So make sure to drive carefully, especially on roads that are known to be crossed by animals. Reduce your meat, energy, paper, and water consumption. Buy seasonal produce because it's cheaper, it tastes better, and it's also environmentally friendly. If you have any creative solutions or simple solutions to change the world, please share them in the comments below. Now for today's bonus of the video. Let me share with you an experiment that you might want to do, or share with someone else so they can do too. Let's say that you're doing it on someone else for now. The first thing you want to do is ask them to sign an agreement which says that they will keep their trash with them for 6 whole weeks in their own house. And then you're all set. At about the first week, they might start complaining and saying that it's inconvenient for them. But you can show them the agreement and tell them that they have to go the full 6 weeks. At around the 3rd week, they might start buying things that have a bit less packaging. For example, toilet paper without the tube in the middle, so they can walk through their bathroom without disturbing a huge mountain of toilet paper tubes. By the 4th or 5th week, they might start being careful about how much packaging is on the products that they buy. By the end of the 6 weeks, the people that you're doing the experiment on will realize that after their trash leaves their home, it does not disappear off the face of the earth. It goes somewhere else, like in the oceans, for example. And they will realize that although it might not bother them right now that it's going into the ocean, it will impact them later on in their lives. And if not them, then the next generations will be impacted by the amount of trash that we are releasing into the environment. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned lots from it too. For more videos like this one, please subscribe to our channel Connections to Build and to Build Well.